up, good people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Also, hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Be careful down in the comment section of the videos. A lot of spam, a lot of scammers. I will never ask you to contact me by WhatsApp or Telegram. I also do not invest money for my subscribers, so please be careful. Don't get yourself scammed. A lot of scamming going on out there, guys, and I don't want you to be a victim of these scammers, right? They are pretty slick. They are wolves in sheep clothing. They might try to slide into your DM on Instagram, pretending to be your boy. It's not me. I don't slide into people's DMs on Instagram, guys, unannounced. Poof, I just show up one day in your DM trying to get you to send me money. That's a scam. I don't do that, so please be careful. On Facebook, same thing. I will never try and instant message you on Facebook asking you for money. Oh, I got this incredible new investment opportunity, blah, 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 blah. All scams. So just be careful, guys, on all social media platforms. Anybody comes at you saying they're Richard Fain, be skeptical, because I'm never going to just contact you out of the blue. I just don't do that. I've never done it, and I'm not planning on starting right now. So please do me a big favor. Don't be scammed. Right? If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Well, do me a big favor, guys. Get down in that description box. Like I said, if you want to follow me on Instagram when I'm not on YouTube, certainly feel free to. I mean, just know I'm never going to DM you just out of the blue. If you DM me and say, hey, Richard, how you doing? And I DM you back, that's different. But I'm never going to just slide into your DMs on Instagram and try to strike up a conversation with you. That's not what I do. But I do put some pretty good stuff over on the Instagram platform. So if you do want to follow me on Instagram when I'm not on the YouTube channel, get down in the description box and do me a big favor. Give me a follow on Instagram and then send me a DM letting me know you're rocking with me so that I can say thank you. Second thing, website, www.richardfain.net. Second link down in the description box. Click on my website. Go check out the website, guys. Over 200,000 of you guys have already checked out the website, so thank you very much. In about a 3-month period. Matter of fact, a little less than 3 months. Over 200,000 of you guys have checked it out. So thank you for stopping by the website, and a special thank you to you folks that decided to make an investment in yourself and invest in some of the financial digital products on the website. So thank you very much for that. I really appreciate you guys making an investment in you and grabbing some of those digital products. Also, if you want to join the private mentorship club, which is through the website, right? You should see a membership button or a join here button. Go ahead and get yourself over to the mentorship club. Like I said, we got about 700 folks over there. Pretty strong community, all focused on building wealth and getting to the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So if you want to be a part of a fast growing community of financial people, just regular everyday folk, you know, doing the fundamentals of wealth building, join us over in the private mentorship club. We'd love to have you. Last thing, and then we're going to dive into this topic on the Fed this Sunday evening. Wanted to give y'all this so that you'll be ready to go for next week and the coming weeks, because this information that I just got is big time information. As investors, as anybody living in this country that wants to build wealth, this information I'm going to run you through can assist you in doing that. But you got to put yourself in the right position, right? You got to be in the right financial position to do that. And in order to be ready and in the right financial position, you need a brokerage account. And that's where Moomoo comes into play. It's a self-directed brokerage app. I use it, and I've been using it since January 2024. It's my primary brokerage app that I use to buy paper assets to build wealth. if you're going to take advantage of this opportunity I'm getting ready to run through you over the next 45 minutes, you're going to need a brokerage account. And if you already got one and you want a second one, hey, get down in the description box. If you don't have a brokerage account and you want to take advantage of this opportunity, get down in the description box and click on that Moomoo link. Open up that Moomoo account today. They're going to give you up to 15 free stocks. That's right, guys. Up to 15 free stocks. What an incredible offer from the good folks over at Moomoo. I've been rocking with Moomoo, like I said, for over 6 months, guys, and I don't have one bad thing to say about them, right? No brokerage app is perfect, but I will tell you, I've not had any hiccups. And if I did have one, the good folks over at Moomoo are more than happy to solve it quickly. So listen, if you want to take advantage of up to 15 free stocks, here's how the free stocks will be awarded. If you put $100 right away in your brokerage account, when you open it, you get 5 free stocks. If you put $1,000 right away, when you open your brokerage account, you get 15 free stocks, publicly traded companies. Instantaneously, you're building wealth. What do you mean, Richard, instantaneous? Because you're getting free stock. Those stock have a value associated with them, guys. You could be anywhere from $2 a share up to $2,000 a share. I don't pick the stocks. They're randomly picked through the Moomoo brokerage app. But if you look at what they could be worth anywhere from $2 to $2,000. At the end of the day, let's say you only got $2. Okay, $2. You put $100 in there. Now you got $10 in your brokerage account, or you got 5 stocks worth $10. But what if you put your $100 in there and you get 5 stocks worth $2,000 a piece? See what I'm saying? I don't know what you're going to get, guys. It's all randomly done, right? My point is this. You need a brokerage account if you're going to build wealth. And I choose Moomoo. So if you're rocking with me and you want a really good self-directed brokerage app plus get free stocks, click on that link down in the description box. Sign up today. Go get that free stock. Go get that free money. And then send me an email through my website, www.richardfain.net. Send me an email. Richard, I opened my Moomoo account. I've funded my Moomoo account. Would you please send me the tutorial videos so that I can learn how to use that Moomoo brokerage app to be able to transact business, execute my trades, start building my wealth, capitalize on my 5 free stocks or my 15 free stocks and keep adding? Well, when do I know when do I stop? Well, you don't stop until you get to your financial goal. So let me give you a quick example. Let's say Richard Fain is brand new. Boom, I open my Moomoo account today. I put $100 in my Moomoo account. Moomoo gives me my 5 free stocks. Now I got my 5 free stocks plus my $100 in my brokerage account. Now my goal for Richard Fain is to get to $100,000 worth of net worth over the next 5 years. That's my goal. That's my goal. My goal is to grow my Moomoo brokerage account through buying paper assets and continuing to be consistent by putting money in every month to buy paper assets to get to $100,000 in, let's say, 5 years. So $100,000 is my goal, guys. How do I get to that goal? Well, I got to put money in my Moomoo brokerage account and I got to buy paper assets every single month. The more money I put in, the more paper assets I buy, the better opportunity I have to getting to my $100,000 quicker, right? Because see, as I continue to buy these stocks, if I'm buying the right companies, over time, history tells me that that stock price or that ETF price should go up over time. I'll give you a prime example. Let's say you started buying Apple, right? Let's say today you start buying Apple. When the market opens on Monday, which is tomorrow, you start buying Apple. You got $500 a month. You can buy Apple stock. So I put my $500 in my Moomoo brokerage account, and then every single month, I buy $500 worth of Apple stock. Well, Richard, how can you just buy $500? The stock price, no, you got fractional share trading. So that whole $500, I can buy Apple stock. I don't care what Apple stock price is. I can put my whole $500 into Apple stock through fractional share trading on the Moomoo brokerage app. Well, how do I learn how to do that? You send me the email when you open up your brokerage account. You send me the email through my website, and I'm gonna send you the tutorial videos to teach you how to do it. Now, I'm gonna continue to take that $500 every month, buying that Apple stock every month. And as Apple continues to be a better company, make more revenue, get more profitable, guess what's gonna happen to Apple stock price? It's gonna go up. It's gonna go up. So if it's trading at $200 a share and Apple continues to do well, revenue, profits, expanding their product line, selling more iPhones, selling more iPads, selling more MacBook Pros, all kind of stuff. As they continue to become a better company, they're already a $3 trillion company, guys. So when they get to be a $4 trillion company, I want to be a part of that growth. If they go from 3 trillion to 4 trillion in 5 years, and I've been putting my $500 in every month, I'm going to be a part of that growth. I'm going to win too because I'm an owner of that company. When I buy stock, I'm an owner of Apple now. Little bitty small owner, but I'm an owner. So I keep on buying. Now, here's what I would do, Richard Fain would do. I would say, you know something? I really enjoy the $500 a month, but you know something? I want to put more in. So now what do? I go look at my budget. I go look at my income. I look at my expenses and I say, you know something? Really out of my primary income and my current budget, I only can do 500. But you know something? When I get off my primary job, I got a lot of free time. I'm gonna take some of that free time and get me a side hustle. Maybe I go drive Uber or Lyft or DoorDash or create me an Etsy store, create me an eBay store. Maybe I do something else, but you know something? I got a bunch of free time on my hands. I'm not gonna sit up here and just watch TV. I'm not gonna sit up here and just watch millionaires run around and tackle each other while I'm broke. They millionaires, but I'm watching millionaires and I'm broke. No, I'm gonna get me a side hustle and create me an additional $1,000 a month. And I'm gonna take that $1,000 a month and double down on Apple, double down on NVIDIA, double down on an S&P 500 ETF, double down on the Mag 7. See, I'm gonna double down because that 500 is great, but I want 1,500 because I know if Apple goes from $3 trillion in market cap to $4 trillion over the next 5 years, that's $1 trillion worth of worth that's been added to Apple. And if I buy Apple and I'm a shareholder of Apple, that's just like me getting $1 trillion added to me too. I get my small little piece of that $1 trillion. I'm gonna get my small piece of that trillion, but guess what? All I'm trying to do is get to 100K over the next 5 years. So I'm gonna keep on 500 I'm gonna start with, and then I'm gonna double down and put 1,500 a month. And I'm gonna keep building. Every month, 1,500. Every month, every year for the next 5 years. And that's how I get to my $100,000. That's my goal. Now, once I hit my goal in 5 years, I got a choice. I can roll out of this thing and take my 100K and go do whatever I want to do, or I can continue doubling down and give me another 5 years because now I want 250,000. I don't want the 100 no more. I hit the 100. Matter of fact, I hit the 100 in 3 years. Apple went from 3 trillion to 4 trillion in 3 years. I hit the 100 in 3 years. Now I want 250. See, that's how it works, guys. But we got to be in position. If we ain't in position, none of this happens. None of this happens. None of that happens in your savings account. You can put as many $500 you want in there every month. You ain't gonna get to no 0 to 100,000 in your money market, put no $500 in. You're not gonna get there. It'll take you 30 years. Why? Because see, your savings account ain't gonna grow by $1 trillion like Apple has the ability to grow by $1 trillion. See, your savings account ain't gonna, no, your savings account is not gonna grow by $1 trillion. Apple has an opportunity to grow by $1 trillion. 100% guarantee your savings account will not grow by $1 trillion. Why? Because the bank that you got it with, they're not going to give you enough interest to get your money up to $100,000, from $500 a month to $100,000 in 5 years in a money market account. Forget about it. It's never going to happen. It's not going to happen because they're not going to pay you enough interest. Whereas if I go over here and I take a bet on Apple, come on, man, I could have a 20% return. I could have a 40% return. I could have an 80% return. I could have a 5% return. It just depends. But you know something? In 2010, Apple was worth $300 billion. In 2010, they were worth $300 billion. 14 years ago, they're worth $3 trillion today. Who you gonna bet on? Apple or your savings account? You decide. Get down in the description box for those that wanna buy paper assets and lean on paper assets and not your savings account. Get down in that description box, click on that Moomoo link, go get that free stock, go get that free money, send me that email, and let me provide you with some information that's gonna get you off to a fast start. And then all you gotta do is execute. I've told you guys, and I'm gonna tell you again, the only difference between you and someone that's wealthy and in the enjoyment stage of wealth is not that they're smarter than you. The reason they are at wealth and we're not is because of execution. It has nothing to do with that they're smarter than you. They just execute, guys. They don't make excuses. When they find a good thing, they execute. They don't try to worry. They don't try to talk themselves out of it. They just execute. That's the only difference. Now let's dive in, because I told y'all I'm not gonna keep you long. I don't want to keep myself long. I'm trying to wrap this thing up before 7:45. So let's dive into this Sunday evening information that I want you guys to have so that you're ready to go for next week and beyond. So you start getting your mindset adjusted for what's getting ready to come. I keep telling y'all it's coming, guys, but you got to position yourself. You got to be in assets and be ready for this jump we getting ready to get. Got to get in position. Again, only thing that separates you from the wealthy is execution. You can change that tonight. Start executing right now. For those of you guys who have not opened that Moomoo brokerage account, get down in the description box and execute. What you waiting on? Nobody's gonna execute for you. You gotta execute. So get down there and execute. And then send me that email. And let's get you going. Let's get you off to a fast start. Let's get you buying some paper assets in big boy blue chip companies. Let's get you going. Let's get your wealth up. But I need you to decide what your goal is. I can't decide your goal for you. You got to decide your goal, guys. I can't decide your goal for you. You got to decide what you're trying to accomplish. But I promise you, if you tell me what you're trying to accomplish, I promise you, I will do everything I can to help you get there. I can't control what the stock market does, but I certainly can control what I do and the information that I'm willing to try to share with you. Doesn't mean I'm right all the time. I'm just a guy who's willing to help. Who else out there willing to help you get to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? Who else is genuinely trying to help you get to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? When was the last time I asked you to send me any money? I haven't. I've asked you to try a brokerage app. I've asked you to go check out my website. But I've not asked you to send me anything for a course or anything to, send me $1,000 and I'll do a Zoom call with you and tell you what my account, what my stocks I'm buying. When the last time I asked y'all to do that? Who have I ever asked to do that? Never. The only thing I do on this YouTube channel is share with you guys things that I use. I've not tried to sell you anything that I don't use. I use Moomoo. Yes, I have an affiliate marketing relationship with Moomoo, but that doesn't mean I don't use it. I use it. I buy paper assets. Same thing that I did with Weeble for 3 years. So you do what you got to do. I'm going to be here every day helping those that want to be helped. That's why you don't see the chat on no more. I ain't turning the chat on no more because it's not helpful. Not to me, it's not. And I don't think it's helpful to the people that are really here to learn. I'd rather have 100 people in my live stream than 1,000 people. I'd rather have 100 people that are dedicated to listening and executing than to have 1,000 people in here asking about what's the best hotel to get? What's the best dish to get? That kind of crap in the chat. What the heck that got to do with building wealth? You in here talking about how do you get a hotel room? What's the best hotel room? No, y'all ain't using my chats for that no more because ain't gonna be no more chats. So now go find another YouTube channel to go ask about hotel stays. That's not what we're doing here. We're trying to learn how to build wealth. And those that want to build wealth, those are the ones I need in here. All the rest of y'all, don't show up. It's okay. It's okay. Go find you somewhere else. I'm really trying to help people build wealth. So let's roll. Here's the headline. The Fed could slash rates by 200 points over 8 straight meetings as the economy heads for a sharper downtrend, says who? Citibank, one of the 4 largest banks in America. Citi is probably number 4. You got JP, you got Bank of America, you got Wells, and you got Citi. Those are the 4 horsemen. And Citi is saying, look for some rate cuts because our economy is getting ready to downward spiral. Let's read on. Let's read on. See, this is where you got to get yourself ready and put yourself in position, guys. If you put yourself in positions, you don't worry about a downturn because you know you can buy these big boy blue chip assets at a discount in a downturn. You already know, I've already told you we're in a continuous bull market. I told you guys that this morning from this morning's live stream. We're in a continuous bull market, guys. It's always a bull market. That doesn't mean inside of that bull market, we don't have corrections. And I like to call them bear market corrections. This could be a bear market correction, but we're always in a bull market. All the time. 100% of the time, we're in a bull market, right? So here we go. Get ready for a bonanza of rate cuts from the Federal Reserve that starts in a few months and extends all the way into next summer, according to analysts at Citi Research. So rate cuts starting what? In a couple of months. So ding, 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 ding for investors. What does that tell us? What does that tell us? They're saying rate cuts are going to start in a couple of months. What should we be doing preparing for that first rate cut? We should be buying assets. That's what we should be doing. We should be buying assets. See, I believe when the rate cuts start, assets go higher. That's what I believe. Now, if you don't believe that, sit on the sideline. Don't do nothing. Cool. You've been doing that. That should be easy to do. What's hard to do is change that old habit and develop a new habit of wealth, a wealth habit, as opposed to a poverty habit. See, a lot of y'all think, oh, I ain't in poverty. I make plenty of money. But do you keep any of it? See, it ain't what you make, guys. It's what you keep and multiply. That's wealth. You working and making a great salary is not wealth. That's dependence. That's dependence. Because if they take that great salary away, how you going to take care of yourself? So you see what I'm saying? It's a difference. See, wealth is when your assets generate income 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. That's wealth. Your great income, that's not wealth. Yep, that might be a good living. That might be a nice lifestyle based on your income, but it's not wealth. Because if it was taken away from you, you wouldn't have that great lifestyle anymore. So all I'm telling you is leading up to these rate cuts, in a couple of months, you're going to see the first one. In September, you will see the first rate cut. Then you're going to see another one in November. And then the floodgates open. Better be prepared, guys. Like I said, get down in that description box and click on that Moomoo link and get yourself ready to go, ready to execute. Let's keep reading. In a note on Friday, The bank cited fresh signs of a slowing economy for its view. Now, guys, slowing economy. First signs of a slowing economy. And I know a couple of days ago, some of y'all was part of the live chat, the live stream where I told y'all that the GDP for the first quarter was 1.4%. The GDP for the second quarter looks like it's going to come in around 1.5%. Now, the good news is the economy is still growing. The bad news is it's not growing enough. See, listen, guys, to break even, we need to have a GDP of 2% or better. That's just to break even. Why do you say that? Because inflation is 3%. Your GDP is 1.5, but inflation is 3. It's not good. That's not good. Those are not good dynamics. Your GDP needs to be at least 2. And your inflation needs to be at least 2, right? So you got inflation up, GDP down. That's not good. And that's what they're talking about here. That's not good, right? So here we go. In a note on Friday, the bank cited fresh signs of a slowing economy for its view that the Fed will trim rates by 25 basis points 8 times in September. I told you, starting in September, and extending through July 2025. That's 200 basis points. What do you think that's going to do to stocks, paper assets? I think it sends them higher. That's my opinion. But let's keep reading. That will lower the benchmark rate by a whopping 200 basis points from 5.25 to 5.5 down to 3.25 to 3.5, where they will remain for the rest of 2025, the note said. Now, this is coming from Citi. And you guys understand, Citi is well respected. It's the 4th largest bank in America. Big boy, blue chip, too big to fail. That's what I like to call them. I like to call them too big to fail because there ain't no way in the world our government letting any of those 4 banks fail, right? They're just too big to fail. But I like their commentary because it's in line with what I've been thinking. See, it's been in line. I told you guys, GDP is slowing. You saw the numbers from the last jobs report, which was last Friday. You saw the numbers. The numbers came in, I think it was 206,000. The market said 200. Here's the deal, though. That 206,000 will be decreased. It will be adjusted down. So at the end of the day, we're going to come in less than 200,000 jobs added. And on top of that, here's the cherry on top of the ice cream sundae. Unemployment rate went up to 4.1% from 4.0. The prior month, it was 3.9. So in April, 3.9, May, 4.0, June, 4.1. That's not a good trend. I don't have to sit up here and lie to you guys. That's not a good trend. It's not a good trend when unemployment goes from 3.9 to 4 to 4.1. That's not a good trend. That's a bad trend. So you got a softening in the job market. You got unemployment increasing. You got GDP slowing down. That's a perfect storm for rates to come down. And when they do, it's going to represent a great opportunity for people like me and you to build wealth, real wealth, rapidly. That's what I believe, guys. You don't have to believe me. I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just giving you my opinion, what I see coming based on the information that I have been reading. And I tend to agree with, right? I tend to agree with it. So here we go. The economy has cooled off from its heady pace in 2023, with inflation resuming its slowdown after some unexpected stickiness, said Citi analysts led by chief U.S. economists. So it wasn't just an intern putting this out, guys. This was one of the chief economists. Chief means head of the department. not a research, not an intern in the department. Chief means the top of the food chain. Top of the food chain. That you don't put chief before somebody's name unless they top of the food chain. Chief means leader, the head, the wise one. Just telling you. So not know anybody from Citi. This is from the chief United States economist. But the Institute of Supply Management's service sector gauge, which abruptly reversed into negative territory, and the monthly jobs report, which showed unemployment rising to 4.1%, have raised the risk of a sharper weakening of economic activity and a faster pace of rate cuts, they added. See, you ain't got no other choice when you start seeing signs of job market cooling off, economy slowing down, unemployment rate going up. See, those are all indications. They're basically flashing red lights at the Fed. So guess what? If the Fed don't act, nobody to blame but them, because you got all the flashing, bright red flashing. 3 months of increase in unemployment flashing. GDP for 2023 was about 3.4%. First quarter, second quarter ain't even at 2%. That's the first 6 months of the year. You got a GDP hovering around 1.5%. Flashing, red light flashing at the Fed. Now you see these jobs reports. 206,000 jobs added. Last month it was 218. Matter of fact, it was 272 in May, but then it got revised down to 218. See, that's why I keep telling y'all this 206 in June is going to get revised down under 200,000. Red flag, flashing red light. So there's 3 really bright flashing red lights at the Fed. So if they strike out on this one, that's on them. They should be held accountable because all of the resources and information points to our economy is getting ready to slow down. And if you wait too long by keeping rates too high, you're the blame, Fed. You're the blame because you got all of the information right here in front of you. What else do you need? So what we got to do as investors is we got to position ourselves so that we can move through these unpredictable streets. We got to be able to move. The only way we move is we got to have some things button up on the personal side. We got to be in financial shape. We got to be living on less than what we make. We got to have a plan. We got to be doing everything in our power to stay out of consumer debt. No cars, no buying no new houses, no trips, just ready to rock and roll and take advantage of what's coming. That's what we should be doing. Leave all of this instant gratification stuff, kick it out of your life. It's going to keep you broke. It's going to keep you in the matrix. It's going to keep you in the matrix. It's going to keep you broke. Kick that instant gratification out of your life. Make it leave. Don't let it back in. Position yourself and be ready to buy these assets because in a year or two, you're going to thank yourself. So here we go. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. The data, along with dovish comments from Fed Chair Jerome Powell on Tuesday, suggests the first rate cut will very likely come in September. Been telling y'all that. I'm not a genius. I just know they got no other choice. I've been telling y'all all along they were going to cut rates regardless because you got an election coming. And I already told y'all, especially after Biden had his debacle in the first debate where he just, I don't know what was wrong with him, but whatever was wrong with him, it wasn't good. That even made it worse. Now you got the American people looking at this dude like, ooh, could this guy, They got to distract the American people. They got to get them off biting, because if they don't, he may not win it. So they're going to distract the American people. They're going to get them off biting. They're going to put them on rate cuts. So they got to do the rate cut in September, guys. So we got to position ourselves and be ready to go, right? We got to be positioned ready to buy assets. See, for me, I'm going to be buying them right now. I'm buying them in anticipation of them going up, because I already know when rates come down, assets go up. Now, they're not going to go up immediately, though. It's going to take them a little time. So what's going to happen is they're going to hit them rates, 25 basis point decrease in September. You get a little bip. You're not going to get a runaway. You're not going to get a runaway freight train. You can get a little putt-putt, little train that could, little bit. It might even go the opposite direction on us for a minute, right? The market might sell off for a minute. Might sell off, which is awesome. I want it to sell off and let me go in there and buy them at a discount. Because when 2025 roll around, goodness gracious, when 25 roll around, that's when they go to the moon. That's when they go into the moon, guys. Once they get to probably about the fourth rate cut, and if the Fed funds rate gets down to 3.5, guys, in 25, I think, man, it's a lot of money to be made out here in these stock market streets. I don't know what y'all gonna be doing, but I'm gonna be right there getting my fair share. I'm gonna be buying companies, getting my fair share. Absolutely. So the data, along with dovish comments from Fed Chair Jerome Powell on Tuesday, suggest the first rate cut will very likely come in September. A continued softening of activity will provoke cuts at each of the subsequent 7 Fed meetings in our base case, Citi predicted. The note also pointed to other signs of weakness in the jobs report. While the headline payroll gain of 206,000 appears solid, prior months were revised down, and June saw a decline of 49,000 temporary service jobs wiped out. It's the same thing gonna happen to June's report. I'm telling y'all exactly what's gonna happen, just like these guys are. 49,000 jobs were down, revised. Out of that 272,000, 49,000 was taken out and thrown away. Temporary. They were temporary service jobs. Didn't count. Can't count those guys. Yank them out. You're going to have the same thing that's going to happen on the 206 is what they're trying to tell you. You're going to see a downward revision, right? So it says right here, and June saw a decline of 49,000 temporary service jobs, with Citi calling it the type of decline that is typically seen around recessions as employers begin reducing labor with the least strongly attached workers. That's a fancy word for they're going to cut all the dead weight. Companies are going to start cutting the dead weight. Any sign of a recession, companies are going to start cutting the dead weight. If you're not the very best of the very best and affecting their bottom line in a positive way, they get rid of you. That's business. It's not personal. It's business. So that's what they're telling you. Be on the lookout for that. The only way you protect yourself, you better have some assets. You better have an emergency fund, or you're going to get stuck like Chuck. You're going to be stuck like Chuck. Just telling you. Get yourself in financial shape, guys. If you're around here with you up to your eyeballs in debt, you better sell all of that stuff. You got a couple, you got to the end of the year. But by December, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen with this election? Y'all already know that's already a little teeter-tottery. Who knows? Who knows? All I'm telling you is position yourself, get yourself out of all this debt, sell all that excess stuff that don't put no money in your pocket, sell it all, create some cash, get skinny. Get yourself skinny. Get yourself lean and mean on the financial side. Get prepared for this thing. I keep telling y'all, always prepare for the worst, but expect the best. I'm giving it to you. I'm telling you what potentially could happen. And this is coming from a big boy blue chip, too big to fail bank. From the chief U.S. economist in their little outfit. So you don't have to believe them. You ain't got to believe them. You ain't got to believe them. You ain't got to believe them. Payroll data are also likely skewed to the upside, leaving the unemployment rate, which is derived from a separate survey, as the more important metric. It said, and on that front, Citi pointed to the whatever rule, recession indicator, I don't know what that is, some SAHM rule, recession indicator, and said it could be triggered in August if unemployment continues to rise at its current pace. Now they're telling us if unemployment continues to go up, even as early as August, we could be heading to muddy waters in our economy. Now, technically, to be a recession, you have to have 2 quarters of negative GDP. First quarter, we had 1.4% positive. Second quarter, 1.5% positive. But these last 2 quarters, if it goes negative, technically we would be in a recession. Just saying, guys, just kind of know what's happening here, right? So let's talk a little bit about this. In May, he doubled down on his warning that the U.S. is headed for a hard landing and that Fed rate cuts wouldn't be enough to prevent it. That followed a similar forecast in February, even amid blowout jobs reports. In an interview with Bloomberg TV on Wednesday, Holland Hurst noted that a sharp recession would likely produce enough political consensus for more government spending to stimulate the economy, overcoming concerns about the massive deficit. But a more mild recession may not result in such a consensus, he said. He also pointed out that just as Fed rate hikes slowed the economy less than anticipated, rate cuts have not stimulated as much. In addition, 10-year bond yields, which serve as a benchmark for a wide range of borrowing costs, are already below 2-year yields, leaving less room for further downside, especially as rising deficits and inflation add upward pressure. Don't sound that good. Doesn't sound that good. Most economic activity is going to be more responsive to a 5-year yield. The 10-year yield, it's not really about the overnight policy rate, Holland Hurst explained. So there really are questions about how much can you transmit that stimulative effect of lower policy rates. Bottom line, guys, plan for the worst, expect the best. That's the bottom line. This is not here to try to freak you out. This is here to just let you know you got time, right? You got some runway. What you should be doing right now is looking at your financial situation and cutting loose of things that you don't need so that you can get yourself right-sized. You can get yourself lean and mean so that you're ready to go. You want to check on your emergency fund and make sure you got 3 to 6 months of your emergency fund there, your expenses. So I need 3 to 6 months of my expenses tucked away in a safe place at the bank, separate from my checking account. That's the first thing you need to check on is your emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of your expenses. Get that tucked away, put aside. And then the second thing I want to look at is my debt load. What in my debt load can I get rid of? Do I have a $700, $800 a month car payment that I really don't need to go into a recession with, or I don't really need because I'm taking $700 or $800 a month and building wealth for somebody else, when I could be taking that $700 or $800 a month and building wealth for me? Do the math on it, guys. Think about this. Let me just run a little scenario here for you through calculator.net. I just want to run a little quick scenario for some of you folks out here with these high interest rate, high car loan payments. Let me just run you a little calculator here to show you, because we're just going to use the average new car monthly payment, which is $750 per month. This is the average payment across America for a brand new car, about $750 a month. Let me show you what you can do with $750 a month over a 10-year period. Let me just run some numbers for you real quick. So that maybe that'll help you decide to get out of that liability. Let's do it over 10 years. Let's say you get 12% rate of return, right? And what's that? Let me do the math on that. What's my math on that? 750 times 12. So that's $9,000 a year, right? So I'm gonna take $9,000 a year and put that in my future value calculator. And we're just doing it for 10 years. So in 10 years, let me show you all the numbers so y'all don't think I'm just pulling your leg. So in 10 years, guys, taking that $9,000 per year that you're spending on your car payment, because that's the average car payment in America, right? The average car payment is new car payment is $750,000. So you take that $9,000 a year, you put it in something that'll give you a 12% return. Well, what can do that, Richard? S&P 500, information technology, ETF, Mag 7, NVIDIA, a million other places, a million other companies. So again, we're talking about over a 10-year period. We're not talking about in 6 months, right? We're talking about average over 10 years of 12%. Average. You'll have $161,000. So if somebody says, you know something, Richard, I got zero net worth. I make a good salary. I want to build my net worth. I want to get to $150,000 in the next 10 years. Take your $9,000 a year or $750 a month, put it in something that'll give you a 12% rate of return over 10 years. Boom, there you go. Well, God, Richard, you know, I need more than that. I need more than that. I want to be in a position where I want at least $250,000 over the next 10 years. How much do I need to put in to get at least a $250,000 net worth over the next 10 years? 12% rate of return, annualized over a 10-year period. How much do I need to put in, Richard? Well, let's see. I'll tell you. Just bear with me. Let's do a little math. And I'll tell you. I will tell you here in 1 second. Let's see here. 15. Yeah, you need about $15,000 a year invested. So what is that? What does that look like? What's that, $1,800 a month? Let's do 15,000 divided by 12. Yeah, that's about $1,250 a month you need to be investing. So if you invest $1,250 a month and you get a 12% rate of return over a 10-year period, annualized, averaged out 12%, year 1, you might get 15%. Year 2, you might get 5%. Year 3, you might get 8%. Year 4, you might get 25%. But average 12% over 10 years. You put $15,000 a year away. You'll have about $266,000 in your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Well, how am I gonna do that? Well, drive Uber. I know one of the guys in my private mentorship club, He drives Uber. He says he makes about $8,000 a month. I don't know. Maybe he's in a busy metro area. I don't know. But it sounds like to me when people start complaining about they don't know how to make extra money, I just think that's an excuse. It's 1,000 million ways out there to make money. We just choose not to pursue any of them. Or we think we're too good to pursue them. I got a PhD. What do you mean I'm going to be driving Uber? I ain't driving no Uber. I got a PhD. Okay, well, stay broke. That's your choice. I'm just telling you what you need to do if you want to get to some freedom. Take that $750 you're spending on your luxury car right now and sell that thing and take that $750 and put it in something. Take your $1,250 and put it in something and get you $260,000 in 10 years. Matter of fact, take your $24,000 a year, $2,000 a month, right? You can take your $2,000 a month, 24 a year, same scenario, get yourself 4.25. You get yourself 4.25. $2,000 a month, 12% rate of return for 10 years. You got 4.25 in your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow fund. Who? $400,000. Listen, man, $400,000 will change 99.9999999% of the people in this country. It will change their life. $400,000. I don't know. What? Richard, I want a meal. 10 years, man, I want to be a millionaire. What do I need to do to be a millionaire in 10 years? I'm glad you asked. Let's run the numbers. See, this is what I do, guys. I run the numbers, figure out what I need to do, back into how much money I need to make to invest, at what rate I need to get, and that's how I build my wealth. I don't have to be a really smart person to figure that out. I just need to know what I'm trying to accomplish and know how much money I need to invest and where I need to put it. Right? So let's see how much I need to put in if I want $1 million in 10 years. Let's see. We'll find out. There we go. I need to be investing about $60,000 a year or $5,000 a month. I need to be hustling, side hustles, online strategy, whatever I need to do, cutting back on my primary income, stop spending money to make other people rich, stop going out to dinner, stop taking lavish vacations, stop buying all these expensive cars, stop buying houses that take up 50% of your income every month. Stop all that stuff. Bundle you together $5,000 a month. I don't care if you got to live in an apartment. I don't care if you got a roommate, whatever. If you want it bad enough, you'll do all of that. Take $5,000 a month, put it in something that'll pay you a 12% rate of return over 10 years on average. You got yourself $1 million. You got yourself a milski. You just became a millionaire. Right there. And I've already expressed to you, there are plenty of things you can get a 12% rate of return in on average over a 10-year period. You are a new millionaire. $5,000 a month, every month, for the next 10 years, at a 12% rate of return. You are a millionaire. Cash millionaire. What else is there to talk about other than execute? Don't make no excuses. Sell all of that crap. I had another one of my guys in the community chat. In the community on the private mentorship club. He sent me an email and he said, hey, I went through the whole house. I found everything in the whole house that had value that we didn't use anymore, didn't need. And I sold it. And I created a bunch of cash. Now I'm taking that cash and I'm putting it in paper assets to multiply over the next 10 years. See, that's somebody that needs to get somewhere. See, that's somebody that needs to get the wealth. They're not worried about all this stuff. I was reading a quote this morning. I was sitting in the front of the living room here, facing out this beautiful scenery out here and just listening to a little bit of gospel, drinking a cup of coffee. And I'm reading through this article. And let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. If I can find it. I'm going to read it to you. because I think it set the stage for my life. It really, I don't think I can get it on this thing. But let me give you a little nutshell. It was a passage about, can a wealthy person get to heaven? I was thinking about that this morning. I said to myself, you know something? Can you get to heaven if you got money, if you're wealthy? Because I know some people struggle with that. Some people struggle with this wealth thing because they feel like, you know, you really can't get to heaven if it's about wealth. And what I uncovered was, there's nowhere in the Bible that it says, because you're wealthy, you can't get to heaven. If you go look at the Bible and you look at some of the integral people in the Bible, a lot of them are wealthy. A lot of them were wealthy. Now, a lot of them were not wealthy, but key people in the Bible, key people were wealthy. I'm talking about kings, wealthy, and did great things in the name of God. So I started digging into that, thinking to myself, well, golly, you know, and I think reading that article brought it home for me. It said, you know something? It's when you put money and things before God, that's what keeps you out of heaven. So let's put it in the right perspective. Money is a tool. We're going to use that tool to put us in a position where we can do great things in our life, help people, right? Do things that mean something and matter, right? None of us should be putting money in place of, and again, I know people believe in different things. I'm just talking about me. So you believe in something else, that's fine. I ain't got no problem with that. For me though, I'm not going to put money in place of God. I'm not going to worship money over my God. So for me, I keep it in the right perspective because I know money is just a tool. I don't worship money. It's just a piece of paper. It's a medium of exchange. And I think as long as we keep money in its right perspective, we're good. When we start letting money take over our life, and that's all we think about, and we are willing to do whatever and anything necessary to get it, it becomes our God. And that's what will keep you out of them pearly gates. And I'm just talking to people who are believers. Everybody that watch me on my YouTube channel don't believe in what I believe in, and I'm okay with that. This little passage was just for people who are believers, Christians who follow what I follow. Some of us don't, and that's okay. No big deal, right? You follow whoever you want to follow. But I thought that was interesting this morning that I was checking that out and thinking about this building wealth thing, because a lot of people struggle with that. They struggle with this whole wealth thing, especially people of faith. They struggle with that because they don't want to be in a position where they're chasing something that necessarily is not pleasing in the eye of the Creator, right? So for me, it's all about keeping money, guys, in its right perspective. I don't worship money. I don't mistreat people to get money. I always put people first, money second, period. That's how I work on my channel. I put people first, money second. Now, I don't have a problem with making money because I know how to make money. I know how to multiply money. But that's not all I think about from the time I wake up till I go to bed. It's really not, I don't think about money that much at all, to be honest with you. I truly don't. What time we got? Okay, we got about a minute. I truly don't think about money at all, right? I focus on helping people, and in turn, if I help enough people, the money typically always comes. It's always focus on people, and the money always comes, guys. And then I take that money, and then I do what with it? I put it in assets to continue multiplying it. Because I know one day, I'm not going to be able to help people in the way that I'm helping now. I'm not going to be able to get on here and do this anymore. And at that point, I need to have a plan. I need to have assets sufficient enough to take care of me in the golden years. So that's why I don't worry about whether I'm going to heaven or not. I know I'm going to heaven because I know I don't put money before God. I don't put money before Jesus Christ. I don't put money before my family. I do not put money before helping people. It's in its right place. It provides me the ability to do the things that I really want to do, which is communicate with you guys and help you and spend time with my family and just have a good life. Just enjoy getting up every morning and doing whatever I want to do, controlling 100% of my time. I'm not a real fancy guy. I do like cars. That's one of my things that I do like, and I will spend money on cars. But really what's important to me is my relationship with God, my relationship with my family, my children, and then helping people. Those are the priorities. Those are the top 3 priorities in my life. You got to figure out what your priority list is. But don't use money as an excuse not to build wealth. Oh, I can't get into heaven if I build wealth. That's not true. There are many figures in the Bible that were great figures in the Bible, Christians, that had wealth, guys. It's where you put that wealth on the priority list what gets you into trouble, in my opinion. If you put that wealth as your God, as your all and be all, yeah, I think you're in trouble if you're a faith believer like me. Everybody's not, like I said, and that's okay, right? That's okay. Well, appreciate you, man. Thank y'all for rocking with me. My hour is up. I'm going to do one more plug for the Moomoo brokerage app down in the description box. Click on that Moomoo link, guys. I don't know what you're waiting on. Click on that Moomoo link. Go get up to 15 free stocks valued anywhere from $2 to $2,000. I don't know which one you go get, but if you want to get the free stock valued between $2 and $2,000, you got to click on that link down in the description box. Open up your new Moomoo account today. You put $100 in there, you're going to get 5 free stocks valued between $2 and $2,000. You can get 15 free stocks if you put $1,000 in right away, valued between $2 and $2,000. I don't know what you're going to get. It's a random system that the good people at Moomoo use. But in the worst case scenario, let's say you do get 5 stocks for $2. You just got $10 for free, $10 in stocks. What if them stocks run up? You don't know. I don't know, right? But best case scenario, who knows? You may make $1,000 on those stocks. Maybe you keep them, maybe you sell them and roll them into something else that you really like. I don't know. You got to figure that out. Only way you'll know, though, is get down in the description box, click on that Moomoo link, sign up today, put your money in, get yourself up to 15 free stocks. Now you're in position. Now you're ready to execute. Remember, I talked about these different scenarios where you can make money, where you can build your wealth. Remember, I talked about the $750 that you're spending on car payments. That's the average new car payment in America, $750. That's $9,000 a year. You take that $9,000, you put it in something that'll get you a 12% return. Over 10 years, that's almost $170,000 in your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Or you can have a raggedy, tore-up piece of crap car that you done paid all this money for, and it don't bring nothing to you. Or you can go over here and get you $170,000. Which one you want? You want an old car that's going to depreciate that you probably upside down in right now, or you want $170,000? That's your choice. Go get the instant gratification, delayed gratification. Which one do you want? You want instant gratification? Go buy the liability. You want delayed gratification? Put that money in something, get you 12% return like an S&P 500 ETF and ride that thing out for 10 years. Right here, guys, right? Calculator.net. That's where I find these future value calculators at calculator.net. So like I said, get down to the description box, click on that Moomoo link, go get that free stock, go get that free money. Be sure you send me an email to www.richardfain.net, second link down in the description box. That is my website. Send me an email through that website, letting me know you opened your Moomoo account. And then I'm going to send you what? The tutorial videos to teach you how to use the Moomoo app. For all of you folks that are beginners and not sure how to use it, I got you covered. I got you covered. 18 to 80 years old, I got you covered. Let's go build this wealth together. Y'all rock with me for these next 10 years. Rock with me for the next 5 years. And we're going to build wealth together. Just us. We're going to build wealth together. I'm right there with you. I'm going to be on this YouTube channel every day, walking you through every step. All you got to do is execute. That's a partnership. That's our partnership. My partnership with you is this. I show up every day on this YouTube channel, be who I am, help you by giving you information. I dissect all these financial stuff, dissect it for you. You can get a good summary of it. And then your part of the partnership is you got to then go execute. I can provide the information. You can then go execute. That's a great partnership. Let's keep that partnership going. You all know I'm going to be here every morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. And a lot of times I do an afternoon or early evening live stream just to button up some things. So you can get a double dose of Richard Fain if you want to, right? So please do me that favor, guys. Hey, if you really want to contact me and be mentored by me, close proximity through direct message, through email, join my private mentorship club, guys, through the website. That's the only place on the internet I'm doing mentoring. I don't do no mentoring through random emails y'all send me if you're not in my paid mentorship club. You got to be in the private mentorship club to get the one-on-one mentoring. Now, you guys can send me the emails about the Moomoo, because I've already told you, send me an email, let me know you've opened the Moomoo. I'm going to send you that information, plus I'm going to send you my wealth transfer blueprint 1.0, 2.0. But just a random house, hey, Richard, I want to invest in real estate, and here's my situation. You got to be in the private mentorship club. That's the only way I do that kind of stuff. And it's no disrespect to you, but I got a lot of time that I spend over in the private mentorship club. These people have made a financial commitment to be there, and I'm not going to water that down for them. So if you want to be mentored by me, don't be offended when I tell you to go sign up for the private mentorship club. Come on, guys. You can't be offended by that. I don't owe anybody nothing other than to get on here and make these YouTube videos. I don't owe nobody no full conversation about nothing because you watch my YouTube videos. I don't owe you nothing. You don't owe me nothing. Fair is fair. I'm here every day. Take the information, go build your wealth. If you need help, get over to the private mentorship club. I think that's a fair exchange. I think it is. Well, thank y'all, man. Appreciate you for rocking with me. Like I said, go follow me on Instagram if you're an Instagrammer. Get down to the description box, click on that Instagram link, and give me a follow on Instagram. Love to have you over there. Make sure you send me a DM to say hello so I can say thank you for rocking with me. Hey, guys, I appreciate y'all for taking a little bit of your Sunday evening and spending it with me. Like I said, I'll be back in the morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Fresh new financial data to go through with you to help you get ready to execute. It's all about execution. The only difference between us and the super wealthy is execution. Has nothing to do with IQ, has nothing to do with being smarter than them or they being smarter than us. They just execute like a banshee. They just execute over and over and over. We got to get like that. We got to get all the smoke out the way and just go execute. That's the reason I give you this information every day, to make it crystal clear and give you the pathway you need to go execute. Well, thank y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thoughts become things. If you can see it in this old mind of yours, you can hold it in those old hands of yours. Y'all keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. Stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.